In many ways, the impacts of climate change are already forcing people to leave their homes, sometimes across borders. But are they refugees? Do they qualify for international protection?
As a decision maker, I'm seeing more and more cases where disasters play a role. For instance, in a recent one, a hurricane destroyed the family home and the government offered them shelter in another province. But they had no relatives there or any way of earning a living. They were going to end up destitute, so they crossed the border to the camps.
I hadn't had a case like this before. My client told me that the ocean had swallowed the land where his grandparents were buried. The family moved to the mainland, but it was too crowded there. Food and water supplies were dwindling and his wife was unwell. They had to leave.
So here's an interesting one. I had a client who'd been an environmental journalist for years, but things started to become very dangerous. In just the last few months, she received death threats at work and at home.
Decision makers and legal practitioners are increasingly grappling with this question. A new Practical Toolkit helps answer it. This guide clearly explains when and how refugee and human rights law can protect people who've been displaced in situations where climate change or disasters play a role.
The Practical Toolkit is an essential guide for lawyers and decision makers who are navigating such claims. It shows how climate change and disasters interact with social, economic and political drivers of displacement, and how these factors together can create a risk of persecution or other serious harm. The toolkit's real-life examples show the key factors that need to be considered when the impacts of climate change or disasters form part of the hazardscape. Refugee decision makers too are already using the Practical Toolkit because it clearly explains how existing legal principles preclude removal to climate-related risks. For example, the New Zealand Immigration and Protection Tribunal drew upon the toolkit to highlight how the risk vectors of armed conflict, climate and vulnerability converged over time. In that case, the applicant was found to be a refugee. To learn more, download the Practical Toolkit. Legal clarity can make a life-saving difference.